Camera froze up on me while I did this the last time. Let's see if we do better this time. I sure hope so. So today's the kind of day that I feel like the weather makes me cold just looking at it. I have harder time with intermediate temperatures than proper cold and proper hot. It's this like 50-degree Fahrenheit and damp type of feeling. Always feels colder than it actually is. Meanwhile, you know, -14 or whatever, and I can go skiing. I don't know if it's just because I don't prepare for it well enough. I mean, it feels cold from inside the house looking out the window. It's like, ugh, that just looks unpleasant. I don't know. I like extremes, apparently. The thorny raspberries are still doing good, as you can see here. So are the thornless ones. Those come out pretty dry. I think it's because I have them potted the way I do. But I really don't want thorny things popping up out the ground everywhere. Fun little update with the burbs, who don't want me close to them because I've been bothering them too much lately. Bunny? No, you're Henny Penny. You're a bunny. So I sent a picture of the egg yolks up at the Newbie Quail Lovers channel on Facebook, group rather, and they say that at least half my eggs are fertile. You can tell from the yolks. It's like a little bullseye pattern. I'm still trying to figure out like what it looks like fertile and what it looks like not fertile. I also rotated, as you can see, the rooster hutch because the prevailing winds either come this way or that way, and from this direction the house will block it. I don't want cold rain driving all the way back into their little sheltered zone, so that's why I rotated it that way for now. And something I want to do out here that I started doing when the camera froze, and hopefully it won't freeze again, is taking a look at what I have available on stock and taking a look at how I'm not nearly as organized as I'd like. And if anybody has suggestions, given all of the struggles that I'm going to talk about as far as plant organization, I have a request for elderberry plants in. And earlier I dug through all these pots to find that this one said elderberry. When I touched it, it broke off, so it's getting a little crisp, but it's really, really dormant, and I'm not sure it's still alive. So instead of sell one that I'm not super sure of, we're going to leave this one till next year. And the rest of the elderberry are down the hill. Now, all of those need to be sunken into the ground in a protected zone. So that's one thing, is I need to start creating more sunken pot areas that are inside the little fences. And then this will be stuff that won't get chewed on. Or I need to get more snake root growing everywhere, which is not actually something I want to do. I'd like to leave some options available to myself. But you can see here from this collection of pots from the Echinacea division that all of my pots are different sizes, and sinking them into the ground for the winter is how I overwinter them. You can see that from over here. These pots are in the ground. Can you see them? And those are all protected Saskatoons because, goodness gracious, they get tore up. So if I have these Echinacea sunk into the ground, and then I come through and pull one, it's not necessarily I'm going to have an Echinacea available to put right back in. Now with an elderberry, I will. Also, since all my pots are different sizes, due to the fact that I'm not buying new plastic, I'm upcycling old plastic that is given to me. I think it's more sustainable. I won't necessarily have something that fits right back in that exact hole. I may need to resize it even if I did have something that I could plant back that matched. So that said, all of my little rows, yum, yum, yum. I love that the raspberries keep going and going and going and going. It's great. All of my little rows are annoyingly mixed up. It's never just like this section's this section's that, like you would see in a regular nursery. It's like 3 of this, 2 of that, 1 of this, 1 of this, this. And then there's another one of that over there, another one of this over here. You know, it's just maddening, honestly. And I'm trying to figure out how to get it more organized. Additionally, the stuff that I plant down here, you can hear the highway noise getting louder. It's fine though. The stuff that I plant down here, it ends up being not going dormant as soon, so it stays presenting well longer. So you saw that weak little stem of the other elderberry up there is looking fully defoliated, whereas this is elderberry, right? So that's a pretty big difference because the hillside is south facing, and a south facing slope accumulates warmth almost like a solar panel faced towards the sun, and they don't freeze as quick. So I got all these out here that are great and they're ready to go and they're looking good. So I have the gallon size. I have 1, 2, at least 3, because there's another one there. At least 3, and then I have 2 smaller, like quart size ones. At least 2 of elderberry. Yeah, here's another one of elderberries that they're ready to go. I just pull them, weed them, and send them off to their new home. Mulch them a bit, you know, and send them off to their new home. So this person wants 4 total. I want to ask them which size combinations they're going to want the most based on what I got here. So yeah, it's all like mixed in. I'm not sure what's where. Also, my labels are all the way down in the pots. So I have to, if I don't have recognizable top parts, I have to like push around, and luckily this one still does because it doesn't even look like I had it marked. That one's marked. This one's not. So I really want to have like section markers or something, but I'd love to use that as an upcycle situation rather than new produced metal or plastic or whatever. It's a lot to think through how to get organized in all of this. Another reason I'm really glad I'm still super small scale. I just don't have it in me to do more than what I'm already doing. I'm really glad it's been raining. Look at these gojis. They're so bitter. I like them dried, but fresh, I honestly don't really like them. That one looks like it's gone bad. But they're bigger than usual this year. I don't know if it's because my plants are finally getting bigger. Yeah, I find them to be bitter, but they're definitely goji berries. Wolfberries of some sort. We think Lycium chinense. There's a video on that. That train's taking off. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Or stopping? Yeah, one or the other. So, yeah, that's my current struggles with organization of potted material for nursery stock. Even up the hill, it's still really difficult to keep track of what's in the pots because each row is so mixed up. And I try and keep them together, but then as soon as I sell something, it becomes a mixed row again, or there's empty slots, and then the empty slots actually end up backfilling because the mulch and everything ends up falling back in, and I have to kind of deal with that. You can see that in the dent through here. The sides are sloped instead of sharp edges again, and that's a bummer. But it was because a few plants died, you know. It happens. It does happen. Oh, look. Potted echinacea. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I didn't even know I had potted ones already in stock. See what I mean? Yeah. So if you have any ideas based on the need for my business structure, at least, need or not, my business structure includes repurposed pots, like reclaimed pots, reclaimed out of the waste stream of different sizes, and plant material that may or may not be immediately available to refill an empty slot, and just generally having a very small stock that kind of fluctuates as to what is available when. If these moving parts make you think of something, let me know. I'd be very interested. So there's that chilly horizon again. I hope you're having a really good day. Thank you for visiting the cliffside. This is Permaculture.